it's interwebkaiju here. This is Willie. This is Lena. And this is Godzilla, City on the Edge of Battle. The movie picks up directly after the events in Planet of the Monsters. Without spoiling major plot points and what little character development there is, our protagonists get captured by the natives of the planet, who are then set free and they go to Godzilla City. A city made out of the nanometal from the Godzilla that failed so many years ago. The nanometal is multiplied and our heroes plan to use this resource to combat and kill Godzilla. Haruo is more likable, dynamic, and realistic in this entry. There's some redone kaiju lore, and it's actually a refreshing and interesting take on a classic. It's not entirely exciting, but I like it nonetheless. The sound effects and music are very well done. One sound effect in particular was so well done that it was kind of disturbing. The music really is the best part of the feature. From the sort of out of place but highly enjoyable techno tunes to the perfectly used orchestral score found in the climax. There's some new snake serpent monsters in one scene and they're pretty cool. I'm still not a fan of the animation, but I do like the art direction and character designs. If only they were brought to life differently. The reflections and lighting are great, especially all the explosions. Nanometal is talked about a lot. While it's nothing new or innovative, it does seem more interesting than most of the ideas thrown around in the prior film. I'm still a huge fan of the energy sparks while Godzilla is charging his breath, beam, ray, whatever you would like to call it, and the breath itself is still pretty awesome. If you've seen a few of my other reviews, you may know that one of my favorite parts in kaiju media is seeing the plans the humans come up with to combat the monsters, and the main plan in City on the Edge of Battle is pretty interesting and unique to the series. The pacing is still super slow, but at least the story is a bit more interesting this time around. You'd think that I'd love the vultures because I'm totally into that kind of stuff, but here they just seem somehow way out of place. The dialogue is very stiff. Almost every time, the movie will have one character finish a line before the next character speaks. It may seem polite and courteous, but it also feels slow and highly unnatural how there's a noticeable pause after every spoken sentence. What doesn't help is that the characters are still bland and uninteresting. There's a little bit of a love story going on and it's executed terribly. There's no chemistry between the characters on display through either the CG models or the voice acting. Just like in the first entry of the trilogy, there's a post-credit scene, or a stinger as they were known before the MCU normalized them. I normally don't mind these, but they seem out of place in Godzilla movies. There's still not a lot of Godzilla. I can get over that, but he's really the best part of the film by far. Godzilla, a few servums, and the snake creatures are the only monsters in the movie, which isn't a bad thing, but I want to note that two classic kaiju don't appear but are, well, one's highly hinted at and the other is name dropped for what's surely supposed to be foreshadowing for the final part of the trilogy, which has no weight because it's already been spoiled in real life. Additionally, the servum and the snake scenes together probably total to just a few minutes. There sure isn't a Godzilla Earth versus Godzilla battle in the traditional sense of the word, but I guess there is a Godzilla Earth versus Godzilla City. Godzilla City is a stupid name. I guess they put Godzilla in the poster just to mislead the audience. I'm glad I watched the movie. It just wasn't enjoyable or impactful. There's some good ideas that are executed poorly or are pushed to the background while some really dumb ideas are put on display. I felt that Planet of the Monsters would have been better as a graphic novel, and I feel the same way with City on the Edge of Battle. It would get rid of the fantastic score, but it would also fix the pacing, which is by far the worst part of the movie. It would also fix the voice acting, which aside from being almost monotone for the majority of the film, isn't bad in itself. It's just bad because of how it's all put together and the scenes they're used in. Being a graphic novel or manga would fix these things and still be able to retain the stellar art direction and character designs. Hopefully the sequel fixes the pacing problems due to only having one movie to finish up the narrative while introducing and showcasing one, probably two, more monsters. But then again, that's what I was hoping for this entry as well.